Today, I reset the NFL with a fantasy draft that includes NFL legends. And with the first pick in the draft, the Buffalo Bills select Lamar Jackson. Honestly shocked they didn't go with a legend, but I'm just happy it wasn't Patrick Mahomes. But number 2 overall, the San Francisco 49ers pick Patrick Mahomes. Will the Titans pick a legend? Well, I guess not, because it's going to be Joe Burrow going to Tennessee. Kansas City, you're on the clock. Please, for the love of God, pick a legend. Okay, finally, we get one off the board, with the Chiefs selecting Drew Brees. With the 5th overall pick, the Bucks select Roger Staubach. With the 6th pick, the Dolphins get Josh Allen. The Minnesota Vikings take Steve McNair with the 7th pick. With the 8th pick, the Seahawks take Donovan McNabb. Oh my God, no way. With the 9th pick in the draft, the Atlanta Falcons picked Michael Vick. I wish I could say I did that, but that's too perfect. And it just hit me that the first round of the draft is probably only going to be quarterbacks. So let's sim to the end of the draft and see where everyone ends up. But before we check out every team, I do have one important note. There are hundreds of NFL legends that just got drafted, like literally probably more 99 overalls than you've ever seen in one league. But the roster I used to do this draft actually has even more. Like I think it's over 350 players. But for some reason, when I load into a franchise, it just deletes players. Like for example, Joe Montana just got deleted. It even duplicates some players. I don't know why. It's very frustrating. I really like Madden 25, but it's very bad in a lot of ways. But I still wanted to do this video because we have hundreds of legends combined with players in the NFL now that I think will still have a pretty surprising and fun video. Like for example, the Bears got Tom Brady, Aaron Donald, Richard Sherman, and a whole bunch of other amazing players that every team in the league has a chance to be extremely good. The Bengals got Logan Mankins and Larry Zonka as their top overalls, with Jim Kelly as their quarterback. Bills got Night Train Lane, Gale Sayers, The Fridge, Gronk, and Lamar as their top guys. Broncos got Charles Woodson, Brian Urlacher, CT ESPN, and Joe Theismann as their quarterback. They even got Money Manziel as the backup, which is hilarious. Browns got Mike Allstott, Curtis Martin, Max Crosby, and ironically enough, Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback. Bucks got Roger Staubach, Ty Law, Ray Nitschke. Cardinals got Aaron Rodgers, Larry Allen, Clinton Portis, Joe Thomas, Justin Tucker, Dwight Freeney, Patrick Surtain. Like, they're gonna be very good. Chargers got Justin Jefferson, George Kittle, Nick Chubb, and Jalen Hurts as their quarterback. Chiefs got Drew Brees, Howie Long, Jason Taylor, Quinnen Williams, and Priest Holmes, who was a Chief in real life, which is just too cool. Colts get Michael Strahan, Don Hudson, Javon Curse, Mark Andrews, and Y.A. Tittle as their quarterback. What is his real name? Yelberton Abraham Tittle Jr. What even is Yelberton? Commies get Jimmy Graham, Bruce Matthews, Cam Newton, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Zach Thomas, and wow, a running back room with Ickey Woods, Alvin Kamara, and Sean Alexander. Cowboys get Arian Foster, Von Miller, Eli Manning, Mario Williams, Sean Merriman, Prime Jamal Adams, and Paul Warfield. Dolphins got Bob Sanders, Marcus Allen. Eagles get Jack Youngblood, D-Hop, Stephon Gilmore, and Sid Luckman as their quarterback. Falcons got Michael Vick, Adrian Peterson, Champ Bailey, Robert Mathis, Fred Warner, Steve Largent, and D'Angelo Hall, who also was a Falcon in real life. Niners get Mahomes, Warren Sapp, Antonio Gates, Devontae Adams, Ryan Westbrook, London Fletcher, Alan Page, and Marshawn Lattimore. Giants Jimmy Johnson, Orlando Pace, Bobby Wagner, Jonathan Vilma, Brandon Marshall, and hilariously Broadway Joe stays in New York, just playing for the Giants now. Jags get Darrelle Revis, Navarro Bowman, T-Sizzle, Greg Olson, and they got Kurt Warner as their starting quarterback. Jets get Julius Peppers, Myles Garrett, Dexter Lawrence, and Kyle Williams, basically making a modern day New York Sack Exchange. And they have Andrew Luck as their starting quarterback. Lions get Tony Gonzalez, Jair Alexander, Mike Evans, and Terry Bradshaw as their quarterback. Packers get Tim Brown, Will Shields, Otto Graham. Panthers get Andre Tippett, Jalen Ramsey, Jeremy Shockey, Steve Smith Sr., which this is another player who ended up on his real life team. And they also get Derrick Henry. Patriots get Mel Renfro, Kevin Green, Tony Dorsett, James Harrison, and Norm Van Brocklin as their quarterback. Raiders get Dallas Clark, Corey Dillon, Vince Wilfork, Russell Wilson, CeeDee Lamb, Asante Samuel, Earl Thomas, and DeMarcus Ware. Also crazy, there's so many good quarterbacks that Matt Stafford is now a backup. Rams get Darrell Green, Bob Lilly, Franco Harris, Saquon Barkley, Roquan Smith, and Tony Romo as their quarterback. Ravens get Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey, Jason Witten, Charles Tillman, Godwin, Joey Bosa, Tristan Wirfs, Khalil Mack, Dak Prescott, and Aiden Hutchinson. Hilarious that of all the players who got deleted, Tim Tebow somehow snuck in. Saints get Jack Lambert, Micah Parsons, Vernon Davis, Paul Krause, and Ndamukong Suh, and one of my personal favorite players of all time, Dante Culpepper, is their starting quarterback. The Seahawks got beast mode Marshawn Lynch back, Donovan McNabb, Joe Staley, AJ Brown, Aqib Talib, and Harold Carmichael. Steelers got Cam Chancellor, Trent Williams, Teddy Bruschi, Mike Munchak, Mark Bavaro, and somehow of all players, they got Ben Roethlisberger as their quarterback. I swear I had no control over any of these moves. Texans get Junior Seau, Travis Kelce, Sauce Gardner, Richard Seymour, Chris Jones, CJ2K, Josh Gordon, and Jim Hart. Titans get Derek Brooks, Troy Polamalu, John Hanna, Charlie Joyner, Joe Burrow, and a very questionable tight end. And lastly, I feel like this took forever, the Vikings get Luke Kuechly, Rodney Harrison, Mike Ditka, Mel Blount, Steve McNair, Andre Reed, Patrick Peterson, and the best kick returner of all time, Devin Hester. So now the question is, which team is actually rated the lowest? I mean, so far they're all like, the lowest I think is 95. But yeah, the Lions are going to be the lowest at a 93 overall. So it should make for some crazy stats by the end of the year. So at the start of this video, we will play with the Falcons just because, I'm going to be honest, I want to run around with Mike Vick as much as possible. Nasty juke move from him there. Also just crazy that this backfield also has Adrian Peterson, who is, I'm sure, going to be a beast. And it's just kind of cool to combine eras with like him throwing to Steve Largent, who got bumped in the end zone. Oh, no, they're actually calling that roughing the passer. So now from the 10, I know what I want to do here. We're going to AP, who cannot make him miss. Who am I kidding? There was obviously only one solution to this. There was so many guys open. But come on, I need to get the Mike Vick rushing touchdown. So now we'll sim to the playoffs, and we'll play more games there. But when every team is amazing, there's just too many to check out. And wow, the Falcons missed the playoffs. On the NFC side, the Cowboys, Eagles, Lions, Bears, Bucks, and Niners all make it in. On the AFC side, the Bills, Steelers, Titans, Jags, Raiders, and Broncos all made it in. Love to see Kansas City at the bottom of that division. Not even to hate on the Chiefs, but just to know that Madden Sim didn't force them to be good. So Joe Burrow led the league with 5,000 yards and 45 touchdowns, followed by Lamar, Terry Bradshaw, and Patrick Mahomes, all with 4,600. Mike Vick with 4,400 yards and 35 touchdowns. Then you got Jim Kelly, Drew Brees, Big Ben, Kurt Warner, Joe Namath, Eli Manning, and a whole bunch of other guys who threw for a lot of yards. Who was the most touchdowns? 46 from Mahomes. Then yeah, Burrow, Lamar, Steve McNair, Joe Theismann. A lot of touchdowns got thrown this year. Corey Dillon and Edgerrin James were at the top of the league with 1,500 yards. And Portis, Lynch, Thurman Thomas, Eddie George, Jamal Charles, AP, Jerome Bettis. Like, this might be the most 1,000-yard rushers I've seen in a year. Receiving, Steve Largent and Andre Reed both had 1,500 yards and 23 touchdowns each. That's insane. No surprise, there's a ton of 1,000-yard receivers here. Like, I'm just gonna scroll through them so you can find your favorite guy. Who was next after 23? Keenan Allen with 18. Then Don Hudson, Doug Baldwin, Lance Allworth, Julian Edelman with the Bills even got 14. Defensively, who led in sacks? 33 sacks for Warren Sapp, 32.5 for Jack Youngblood, 26.5 for Dwight Freeney and Merlin Olsen. Oh my God, that is insane the amount of sacks they got. Is interceptions crazy? No, okay, 5 for Stephon Gilmore. So this is gonna be our playoff bracket for this season, and I'm gonna handle the playoffs a little bit different this time around. We'll start out with the Bills versus Colts, and I'm gonna be controlling Lamar Jackson and the Bills, and I'm gonna get one drive before we hop into the sim. I wanna hit Gronk here, I do, and he shakes a tackle, gets a first. After this drive, we will hop into the sim and let them control their own fate, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity to play with some of these guys here. I just gotta run with Lamar. That's too easy for him. Also just very cool to see him getting the chance, not on that play. What I was gonna say is getting the chance to throw to Rob Gronkowski, who's gonna get this first down very... You're joking. Look, if I don't score, I don't score. I'm not gonna force it, but I am gonna throw across the middle there. It's nearly picked. I'm just trying to have fun. You know, the game's hard sometimes. But unfortunately, the Bills do lose this one by 3. Yelberton Abraham Tittle is moving on. So next we'll check out the Lions versus Giants, and it's the same deal. I get one drive. This time I promise I will not screw it up for them. Definitely helps when I have Mike Evans and Tony Gonzalez, who does hang on to that, and Terry Bradshaw, who, if I remember right, led the league in passing. He's not fast fast, but he should be fast enough to get the first. And let's see what Joe Perry can do. I mean, he was obviously a very good running back. Couldn't get any space there, so let's see. We'll go to Calvin Ridley here, who's actually open across the middle. I don't know why I went right there. So close to not screwing this up like I did the first time. Mike Evans, that's a pick. Ooh, I got lucky. Look, let's be real. I might just be bad. Like, it's a very possible thing. Thank you, Mike Evans, for bailing me out and getting the touchdown on that one. So now we'll jump ahead in the game, but it looks like the Giants might be running away with this one. If they're able to punch this in, I think this game is honestly over. Oh, where is he going on this? He's actually going to run for it, and he is going to score. Who was their quarterback again? Oh, it was Joe Namath. That's right. Maybe he made a deal with the devil for the Giants too. So the Giants win this one 31-14. So next we got the Broncos versus Titans, and I'm 2 for 2 now with the team I play with losing, so we're just going to sim this game and see what happens. And it was never close. The Titans blew out the Broncos. And we'll do the same for the Eagles versus Bucks. And this game is actually tied at 7 in overtime. And the Eagles do actually have the ball to start it, but Sid Luckman is going to get sacked. So now 2nd and 18 from their 40. Luckman's going to throw, get basically all that back and more. 3rd and 1 here. They're going to hand off to Hurst, who is actually going to get it. Both teams will have a chance with the ball, even if the clock expires here, so that's not a factor. So now from the 14, they are going to throw to the end zone. He has that easily. Oh, it's Reggie Wayne. So now let's see if Roger Staubach can tie this game up, and he actually does it in one play right there. A super easy touchdown pass to Santana Moss. So I'll sim ahead a little bit, and Luckman got sacked on 3rd down. We'll see if the Bucks can take advantage of this. They're going to pitch it here. He's actually going to make the outside. What a spin there. He gains a ton of yards. Thurman Thomas with a crazy run, and they're going for the field goal win right now, and Brandon Aubrey does nail it. So the Bucks take down the Eagles. Roger Staubach is moving on. So now we got the Jags versus Steelers, and as much as I really want to play with this Steelers team, I'm gonna do this in the sim. I just want to make it fair. Guess it didn't matter because the Jags easily win this game. Kurt Warner takes down Big Ben. And last up, we got the Bears versus Niners. This is Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes, so I really hope this game is close. So now Pat Mahomes and the Niners have 3 timeouts, but they got to go a whole length of the field. I honestly kind of struggle to remember who else is on this team, but he catches that. But Mahomes has him to the 50 with about 10 seconds to go. There's a catch there. Call your timeout. They're going to need a miracle. There's 8 seconds left. He's probably throwing end zone. The clock should not expire on this, but there's DPI, right? It's got to be defensive pass interference, and it is. Literally always happens. But they still have to score. There's 2 seconds. This is the last play, and Devontae Adams is able to catch it for the touchdown. So we're going to overtime. I simmed ahead a little bit, so the Niners are at the 31 now. Brian Westbrook gets stuffed. This video feels like it's going to be very long, and we're not even out of the wild card round yet, but they do get the first. Now from 19, Mahomes is alone in the backfield. They're going to get another first down there. Antonio Gates with the first. It's honestly kind of fitting that Mahomes has like an amazing tight end to throw to. That's not going to the end zone. So now it's 3rd and goal from the 3. You got to throw to Gates or Devontae, and Devontae gets the touchdown catch. Let's see what Brady can do here. He's going to throw to Metcalf, and somehow he breaks out of that tackle and gains way more yards. I have no idea how Metcalf shook free on that. That's an easy throw. Is he going to score on this play? That was literally like a 5-yard check down. Where was the defense? So now let's see what Mahomes can do. He's going to throw to Gates, who does drop it. 2nd down now. He's going to go to Westbrook, who's going to get this very close to the first. A little bit short though. And on 3rd down, he's going to have some time to throw, and he'll look to the outside to Devontae, who's going to get this all the way down into field goal range. And now to win the game, the Niners are going to put this up, and they nail it. So Patrick Mahomes takes down Tom Brady. Madden does love Patrick Mahomes. Round 2, we got Raiders Colts, Titans Jags, Niners Bucks, and Cowboys Giants. We're tied at 17 going into overtime, and we'll jump in with the Giants at 3rd and 2. Namath throws to Altoon for the touchdown. Gonna sim ahead just a bit of the Cowboys drive. So now it's 3rd and 25. Manning got sacked on back-to-back plays. He's going to run and nearly get sacked again. So now it's 4th and 25. What will they do? He's going to throw nowhere near close to the first. And the Giants win this game. So next up, we got Jags versus Titans. And we're tied at 14 with a minute to go. And the Titans got the ball at their 30. So Burrow's going to throw short here, but they get the first. That was Aaron Hernandez on the catch. I literally forgot he was on this team. They didn't use a timeout there, so we're under 30 seconds. Burrow is just throwing checkdowns. And it's 3rd and 1 now. They're going to get the first here and get in field goal range, I think. Julio Jones on that grab. They got no timeouts in 20 seconds. I don't know if I would have ran it there. Dude, they totally just choked this. They could have easily kicked a field goal if they threw it out of bounds, get out of bounds. There's 1 second left. So the Jags will try to ice him, but this is a very manageable kick from here, and he is going to hit it. That was insanely lucky that they just won that game. So now we got the Bucks going up against the 49ers. We've seen these teams, so I'm just gonna sim ahead and we'll see if it's close at the end. And it's not, as the Niners easily win this one. Last up, we got the Raiders versus Colts, and this game was not close at all. So we're down to our final 4 teams. First up, we got Namath versus Mahomes, and with 1:40, the Giants are down by 3. They got no timeouts though, so that does make this pretty tough for them, but if they are smart, they can work the sideline. Not there though, because he barely stayed in bounds, so there's 1:20. Namath has a lot of time. Ooh, actually makes the completion. Deion Branch grabbed that one. Now we're under a minute. There's 50 seconds left. That's a terrible sack. 33 seconds left. It's 3rd and 16. Namath looks, I thought he was running into another sack, throws it away. Now it's 4th and 16. I think they are cooked. Like, he's gonna have a lot of time, nearly threw a pick. So the Niners are going to the Super Bowl. Really wanted the Giants to do it, honestly. Well, they'll face the Titans or the Raiders. Geez, the Raiders are getting smoked 38-14. I honestly just want to watch them play because they were the #1 seed with Russell Wilson. 97 yards in this game. Man, they could not do anything all day long. Russ throws here, gets another first. He finally decided to show up when it was far too late in this game. That's picked off. There we go. So yeah, the Titans are going to be going to the Super Bowl. It'll be Titans versus 49ers. And we'll jump in with the Niners up 21-16. It's crazy with all the legends we added, we still ended up with Joe Burrow versus Patrick Mahomes. Julio Jones though, down to the 7. The Titans might actually want to kill some clock here because they're going to give the ball back to Mahomes. Why Aaron Hernandez, of all people? Joe Burrow with a really clutch throw, and thankfully for them, Aaron Hernandez is able to hang on. But now they're gonna go for 2 to make this a 3-point lead. Burrow is gonna get sacked. And of course, Patrick Mahomes gets a chance to win the game. Literally, so many legendary QBs could have been in this moment, and it ends up in the hands of the guy that I think a lot of people are sick of. Like, Mahomes and the Chiefs have entered into like the Patriots dynasty territory. But that was 3rd down, so it's 4th and inches, and oh, I thought he was gonna get stuffed, but Westbrook gets it. So now they got 50 seconds left, and they're at the 46. He's gonna throw to Gates, who gets a first down and way more. Titans have no way to stop the clock, so I think they're just gonna milk it here. The Niners actually took their last time out, which is kind of strange, but they aren't gonna get the first. Now there's like 5 seconds left after the sim. Are they even gonna get this off? They do get it up and nail it. So the 49ers are gonna win this Super Bowl.
I am inevitable.
So yeah, that'll do it for today's video. If you want to see what happens when I release every quarterback in the NFL, click right here. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Be good people.